Following the murder and the dismemberment of a Washington Post journalist, Jamal Khashoggi, it appears that there will be some consequences for some of the individuals involved, but no consequences for the main person involved. Now, let's just get this out of the way. Saudi Prince Salman will not have to deal with any consequences, but a number of people who work below him will. So Saudi prosecutors said that they would seek the death penalty for 5 people allegedly involved in the murder of journalist Jamal Khashoggi. A total of 11 people were charged, the Saudi Public Prosecutor's office said, adding that the 5 people facing capital punishment were directly involved in ordering and executing the crime. So what the prosecutors allege is that, well, they actually contradict themselves. So one of the accusations is that there was really no intention to murder Khashoggi. The bad actors showed up and they gave him a sedative that he unfortunately overdosed on. And at that point, the evildoers panicked and decided to dismember his body. The other accusation is that no one, no one intended, like there was no intent to kill him. They say Khashoggi resisted going back to their country and was killed. However, his murder was premeditated, as we had announced before. That's what the Turkish officials are saying based on the audio and the evidence that they have. But go ahead, Cenk, you wanna jump in? I'm gonna find the contradiction in a second.
So you don't bring a bone saw to an interrogation. And you only bring a bone saw, as they did with them, unless you're gonna dismember the guy. That's why you bring it, right? And so this whole idea that it was not premeditated is nonsense. And look, we already know that the Saudi government has lied about this on multiple occasions. In the beginning, they said he walked out of the embassy. That was obviously not true. They in fact brought a body double and put the dead man's clothes on him. How's that for premeditated? We have pictures of the body double with Khashoggi's actual clothes on him after they had murdered him, okay? So then they said, oh yeah, the interrogation went slightly wrong because he fought back. And by the way, the Saudi prosecutor is still saying, oh, there was a fight and a quarrel, right? The Turkish officials say, no, we have the audio of him being strangled immediately upon entering the consulate, okay? So, and you don't bring a 15-person assassination team to do that, to just do an interrogation.
By the way, including a medical expert who understands how to dismember a body. I mean, why would they have that person there unless this was a premeditated murder? By the way, so I wanted to mention the contradiction. So at first they say, no, it was not premeditated. No one intended to kill Khashoggi going in. It was just that he overdosed on the sedative that they gave him. And then they later say that Khashoggi resisted going back to their country and was killed. So they went in with they wanted to kill him. I mean, they wanted to murder him. It's so obvious.
There are no 15-person rogue assassination teams. Okay, that's ordered by the highest people in the country. And that is what logic dictates. Now, they say, well, you don't have a memo of the crown prince ordering it. So we get to get away with it. Congratulations, you must be so proud. So what I'm super curious about is who they're killing. Because look, could it be, there's 2 possibilities. One is they took some folks from that 15-person team that were dispensable and they decided, well, you drew the short straw. You were stupid enough to listen to the crown prince order that assassination. Now you'll be murdered for it in the cover-up, okay? Or they pick random people that they didn't like in the first place, more opponents of the regime, and they go, yeah, they were the ones who did it. That's the ticket. Right now, they won't even show the guy that they say was the ringleader of the interrogation team that committed the murder in the first place. So where is he, right? They're like, oh no, we can't show you him. Oh, God damn it. They'll likely kill a totally different person.
What the Saudi royals care about the most is their financial interests and protecting those financial interests. And so even if it were complete allies to the Saudi crown prince and they just followed his orders, I think that he would still carry out, capital punishment toward them just to save his own ass. Because this is all, look, maybe some of these guys are the bad actors. Maybe they do deserve some punishment. But let's not forget who the ringleader is. What's really happening here is, all right, no, but there are consequences. People are paying the price for what they did. Now let's just forget about this. That's what's really going on here. And the one thing that gives me a little bit of hope is the evidence that the Turks have on these Saudi officials. They have the audio recordings. There was a recording that the Turkish officials reported on and US intelligence knows about, where one of these officials referenced the boss, like,
make sure you tell your boss the instructions. So
yeah.
The boss, presumably being Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman, but the reports don't say that they use his name. So look, they can lie all they want, and the lies could be as obvious as you could imagine, and they are very obvious here. That's not the question. The question is, are we going to decide to accept their lies as the United States government? And so we've done a little bit. We decided that we were going to
impose sanctions.
Impose sanctions on 17 Saudis for their roles in the murder of Khashoggi. Okay, wow. We're not gonna let that assassination team come into the country. Great.
Yeah.
We appreciate it, right? But is it gonna affect the war machine that Saudi Arabia is using against the innocent civilians of Yemen? No, that's gonna keep on rolling, right? Funded by America, or at least weaponized by America, funded by the Saudi regime. And so will there be any consequence for the guy who actually ordered it? Nope. And so the US will probably just simply accept this and move on with their lives because there's too much money to make. As Pat Robertson, a Trump ally, said, I mean, what's one guy when there's so much money to make in those weapons deals? And he claims to be a Christian leader, okay? And finally, note to all the folks out there thinking of working with tyrants. You think they're on your side? There's only one thing a tyrant cares about, themselves. And the minute it's convenient, they'll throw you under a bus, they'll decapitate you, even if you listen to them or because you listen to them. By the way, there's another tyrant in another country who also likes to throw people under a bus that work for him. Note to them as well, when it comes to whose hide they're gonna save, it ain't gonna be yours. They'll sacrifice you so quick, and then they'll get their other tyrant friends to agree to the lie and move on. On the go? Don't worry, we got you covered. You can still listen to TYT at our new podcast network. Find us on Apple Podcasts, the Google Play Store, or at tyt.com/podcast.